So I wanted to learn more about your companies, and so I went on and I Googled promotional products. I thought my computer was going to blow up. Wow, you guys have some competition. Hundreds, thousands sell the same product that you do. What sets you apart from your competition? So the customers that you have, why are they with you and not your competitor? And vice versa, why don't you have some of those customers that are going somewhere else? We're going to talk about 5 attributes to EI, but motivation is the key. And let me tell you why. If we don't get that piece, the 4 others, it doesn't matter, because we have to be motivated to do so. So I mentioned one of the tools at my company is called the predictive index. And what it looks at is motivating needs. And why? Well, because in the 1950s, the military realized it was training all of its people. And they would pass all the cognitive tests, they would pass all the skills tests, and then they would go out into the field, and guess what? Couldn't perform. And so then the military is going, wait a second, we trained all these people, but they're not doing the job once they get out there. So that's how this test got created, this assessment got created, to measure what motivates people. I am competent to do Excel spreadsheets. I am not motivated to do it. That'd be a bad job for me, not good. So you have to find out what motivates people. So then how does this apply to your world? Well, then Harvard Business School picked this up. And they said this applies to the workplace. Just think if we could get employees on the bus that were motivated, and we got them in certain roles that they were motivated to do. That's powerful stuff. So, although I'm not a big fan of math, and I hated it, I'm going to give you one equation today. And that is competency, which we all need, plus motivation, which is 42 to 46% of this puzzle, equals performance. So if you want your company to perform, you want your people to perform, you've got to understand this model, okay? Are you aware of your behaviors as they're happening? It's not easy to do, but that's something that now that you are aware that that is an element of EI, you can go back and start, when you have interactions with people, take a few minutes after to go, how did I handle myself? What happened emotionally? The idea behind these two, self-awareness and self-management, the idea is reflection versus reaction. So you can take that with you today. With my next altercation, my next conflict, my next negotiation with this business, instead of reacting, I'm going to reflect on what I'm feeling, and then I'm going to act. Make sense? How do you manage your relationships? Those of you that lead people in the room, that have a team that report to you, your job here at this level where a lot of you are, you own your small business, you're working with other businesses to sell more because that's how you are more profitable. People look to you to be inspired. So that's relationship management. Are you conducting yourself in a way that is inspirational to others? And emotional intelligence, it's not just about emotions, but it's also your thinking, your creativity. What you all do, you have to sort of be on the cutting edge of what a company might need in terms of promotional products. You have to be innovative. This is actually a editorial that I did with Pepsi Max and Harley Davidson because they wanted to branch out. Those executives said, we need to reach a different market. How can we do that? The United States Air Force, they implemented emotional intelligence training. You can see the numbers and how it affected retention and recruiters. They had such a success with it that they actually said, you know what, we're going to now use this with our pilots, air traffic control, and their what they call PJs, their parajumpers, because we want to determine, just like the military, I told you back in the 50s, if I'm going to train this group of people, I wonder if there's a way to predict of these 7 folks who are going to be successful. Would you want to know that? You're going to hire somebody. I have 7 applicants. I want to get an idea of who is going to be the most successful and who is going to perform, because at the end of the day, that's what we need in sales. We need that performance. And this is why I like to back everything up with a statistic. 70% of the top reasons for losing customers are related to the lack of emotional intelligence. Think of why you don't shop at a particular store anymore. I can give you a specific example of why I don't shop at X, and it still infuriates me to this day, the issues I had with the rep that I had to deal with. And because of that one rep, I don't shop at that company anymore. So how have you affected other relationships, other business partners that you deal with, other customers? What has happened, whether maybe it's not you, but they don't do business anymore with you. So you need to figure out why. What interaction did they have with somebody at your company that said, now I'm going to go choose one of those other 11,000 promotional products companies, because these guys made me mad. And actually, their price is even lower, but they made me so mad that I'm not going to go there anymore. That's the reality. That's the bottom line of applying emotional intelligence. Number 1, the ability to quickly reduce stress. Okay, well, how do you do that? Well, everyone's different. But the first piece of it is you have to realize when you're stressed. Okay? So it's like I say to my 7-year-old. When he is getting mad, I say, Hayden, walk away. Give yourself 10, 15, 20 seconds. Count, and then come back and negotiate whether or not you should get that new Lego set. But right now, when you're mad at mommy and you're going to throw a fit, that's going to ensure that you don't get the new Lego set. Okay, so it's realizing your emotions when they're happening. That's huge. And for some people, a visual, something works. Keep something in your bag, a picture of your cute little dog, and that lowers your stress. Other people, maybe it's a song on your iPad, on your phone that you can walk away, listen to it, and that might change the whole dynamic of the communication process that you're having with someone.